right, welcome back, Brew Crew, to another episode of Shedding Your Skin. So first, I want to just shout out the people in the chat, say my hellos and whatnot. Morbid, what's good? Thanks for tuning in. Your pastel girl has taken a few meals. When temperature permits and she's over, 100 grams or so, I will let you know about getting her shipped out to you, and we'll work out a price that works for both of us. CRM Reptiles, thanks for tuning in. PA fam, what's good? We got the guest in here, Melecio. Apparently, I've been spelling your name wrong forever, so it is what it is. I'm sorry about that. We got Fred and AJ in here. What's good? How's it going? So I wanted to do something new. Here we go. We got Will's Hell Heat. Thanks for tuning in. Team Blaze. Yeah. Hopefully we see some, later. But I wanted to do something a little bit different and, add some more visuals and things like that to, my show. So, we've seen a lot of things going on with US Arc, rocking the shirt. So I want to, just remind everybody, we got to go support US Arc. And here I'm being an idiot and trying to scroll through this webpage, on this screen. So I got to switch over. But, if you go down and you look, there's a lot of these animal bans that are coming in. So, if you're in New Mexico, Connecticut, wherever these things are, you really want to, write your local legislators, your politicians. You want to, definitely support US Arc. And you want to show up whenever they have these Zoom calls. Whenever they have these public meetings, you want to make your voice heard, because at the end of the day, if these bans do come to fruition, then you lose eventually we'll lose the ability to have these animals, and that's something I don't want to happen. I don't want to see it happen to anybody, because we all love these animals. So that's my elevator pitch or whatever for US Arc. Go support them. It's it's relatively inexpensive to be a bronze member. Let me do this. So I am still trying to figure this out. There we go. I'm a US Arc bronze member. There we go. Boom. You should support US Arc as well. And I also got their regular logo. So go support US Arc. That's my little deal. So we're gonna go ahead and bring out our guest, Melecio from Wisconstrictors. What is good?
What's up, brother?
So, I mean, it's your first time on the channel, other than being in the chat. So, welcome.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, hang on. This is my car. Hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on 1 second.
What's good, Ken? How's it going? PA fam as well. Yeah, I wanted to start something new, and do more visuals, more screen sharing, that sort of thing, on my channel, and make it a little more interactive. So while we're doing shout outs, I don't know if she's still doing it, but Nikki from Mutation Station made me this awesome tumbler. So I enjoy my adult beverages in it. Yeah, I think she's making snake bags. I don't know what else she's still doing. You'll have to check out her page and inquire.
I'm sorry about that, y'all. My car in the shop right now, so that was kind of important.
Yeah. You get that call. It's like, it needs more work, or you got to.
I knew they was gonna call the moment I got on the show, bro. You know how it goes.
Right. That's how it works. So, Melecio, for those people that don't know who the heck you are, introduce yourself. Give your little elevator pitch about, Wisconstrictors Reptiles.
Yeah, man, Melecio, Wisconstrictors Reptiles. Me and my wife started this in 2018, so it's been a little while now. A few clutches under our belt. We also do rats, ASFs as well, so staying busy over here. Mostly we focus on multi-recessives, just like everybody else, triples, doubles at least, trying to get to quads and everything. We really focus on krypton, cryptic, Desert Ghost. It's Team Lace over here, Team Ultramel over here. And you know, we love Leopard, Yellow Belly, everything. Shout out to T Keys. And you know, we keep it pushing, man. We're trying to grow, trying to expand. That's all.
Can everybody else see me? Or is it Will having technological difficulties?
It looked clear. Oh, hold on. Let me look on.
Because that might be where my internet's being crappy.
It ain't bad though.
All right, it could just be my.
It looked pretty good on YouTube. It looked pretty good on YouTube.
All right, well, we'll just work it out. Will doesn't like my ceiling fan. I guess the light back there and it bugs him. I don't know. But, all right. So you know, I brought up the U.S. ARC thing. So I mean, what are your thoughts on all these bans that are going on? Or
man, I feel like it's it's the government overstepping as usual, man. Like as long as we're continuing to take care of these animals responsibly as we are, we're not abusing anything, we're not painting them in a negative light, we're actually doing everything possible to show the positive side and be more educational about, you know, different species and different types and husbandry and making sure you take care of them the right way so they thrive. And the community as a whole thrives if everybody, you know, individually do their own parts. I feel like there's no reason for all this like micromanagement. You know what I mean? Like there's no reason to try to control everybody's business. Like let everybody do their thing. When something comes up under your radar, animal abuse or someone consistently not keeping their animals safely, and like, you know, you got the same guy who let 4 venomous snakes get out, you know what I mean? Those type of situations is where big boys should step in. The governments, the alphabet, you know, the alphabet people, the DEA. But as far as these laws, man, a lot of them don't even make sense. They kind of just throw them in with other laws to try to, you know, slip them under the radar real quick, and it's too much. I just don't like it, man. That's why it's super important for everybody out there to at least become a bronze member. Like it's like $40, I think, a month or a year. It's not expensive, and it really helps, man. And then, I mean, just say US ARC every time you know, out in public. Make sure anyone who pays attention to you knows about US ARC. So, you know, we all got to do our part, man.
Yeah, I mean, you know, one of the things I see is, you know, I live in Pennsylvania, you live in Wisconsin. You know, our winters are going to, you know, kill most of these animals if they get out. So,
yeah,
I mean,
if anything escape, they can't make it.
It's one of those things where, like, why are these places where, you know, these animals cannot thrive, putting in these bans? You know, it's just they see what's going on in Florida, which when there's 4 or 5 counties in the entire country that, you know, most of these animals can live in and thrive. So it's sort of
fear mongering, man.
Yeah. Let's go,
Big Mike. Appreciate you for tuning in, man.
Yeah, man. He was a guest last week.
He got his new show coming on tonight too, right?
Yeah, I was going to shout that out later, but we can do it now.
For that, man.
So
I'm excited.
We'll do that now. So after you're done watching me and Melecio here, you know, you get your dinner and you watch, you know, maybe you know, Glenn's podcast or Gerald's podcast at 6. You know, tune in at 8:00 on Big Mike's channel, and he's doing his first ever live. It's Saturday night sit down, and his co-hosts are Fred and AJ from FNA Balls, Ledka, and Gage from Clown Scientist. So he talked about it on my show last week. So, you know, definitely, you know, tune in to support Big Mike. He's like one of those guys when he's on a show, I tune in, I listen.
It's Big Brother. Everybody, Big Brother. He's
got great advice. So, you know, I'll shout it out again at the end of the show for those people that, you know, come in late, the stragglers. But yeah, that's something I'm looking forward to. You know, it kind of conflicts with some other shows, but, you know, at the same time, you know, I'm not live then. And I've got a cell phone and a laptop and an iPad, so I can watch all this
all
stuff and show my support. Like, you know, Kike, which, you know, I would have hope he'd be
That's
here,
the
but
sultan of support.
yeah, but he's at the West Palms today, and there's a
Yeah,
barbecue. So,
shout out to
so
the suspects, man. I think
yeah,
who
definitely.
over there? T Keys, Emilio, Big Ray. I think they
Yeah, I
all
think
up there.
that's it. I don't think
Bosa.
Patrick was going down, but and Bose is going to be there. I assume.
Yeah, Bosa
Um,
was there.
so yeah, I mean, hopefully those guys are having a great time. I mean, the Florida
It
breeders.
looked like it.
I feel like we have like this pocket of Florida people that are just like always having the fun times, and we're like I'm in the cold in Pennsylvania, and at least you got Tinley out there that you can go to, but it's like
Yeah, that's in a couple weeks.
yeah, and I'll be in
Um,
Postal.
I'm just buying a rat rack this time. I'm not buying any animals.
Yeah, and that's like my fear. It's like I'll go. For me, I think I priced it out for October, give or take on if we have to get a hotel.
Yeah.
But it's like going to be like $600 a person to drive, and that's not terrible.
No, that's not bad. From PA,
Yeah,
and that's including ticket and hotel.
yeah. I think he looked at the hotel.
That's not
But
bad
that's with
because
Brad driving.
they boost the prices when it comes to Tinley time, bro.
Yeah, so it's something I want to try to get locked in. I do have
Yeah, man,
limited
you got to do
vacation
that.
time, so for March I go to the Wrestling Nationals. So hopefully one year they have that in Evanston and in Chicago, and that way I can kind of, all right, it's a boring round. I'm gonna go. Show
Yeah,
my
just let us know, man. Somebody will
yeah.
get you Pat or John or Derek or somebody. We'll make it work, man. Us if we got to, if I'm driving, I'll come get you for sure.
Yeah, and that's another thing I forgot. Smash that like button if you're
Yeah,
new.
y'all make sure to hit that
Go
like button.
subscribe because I always forget to say that stuff because it's sort of like I feel like if you're here, you should be doing that already. If you like my channel, if you're new, you came in,
Will.
you subbed on the shorts.
What up, Rudy? Appreciate you, man.
But yeah, I mean, for me, like I'm looking to meet everybody that's not PA person or Nicole. So yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, honestly, that was the best thing about these last couple Tinleys, man. I mean, I got to meet everybody, bro. Even like the Canada peeps. Jaffe came down, Austin came down.
I remember
This
being
last
on.
one, it was crazy.
I was on that live with Ray, and I forget somebody else was on holding down the actual live while y'all were having fun, and like everybody's going through the basement camera.
Big Mike came from Herp Collectors, man. It was nice, bro. It was nice.
Yeah. Okay. So off of that tangent.
Yeah.
All right. So like I told Melecio I wanted to do this sort of more conversational rather than, here's all these questions I'm going to ask.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, we've been going through the chat, addressing what you guys got. Any questions you have for us, just throw it in the chat. I'll start it and we can get to it. So you mentioned you're working a bunch of, recessive projects. What are you sort of most excited about, to hit, this season?
I got a chance at Desert Ghost and or Desert Ghost Kryptons, man, and I'm so excited for that. The girl, I'm pretty sure she in her pre-lay shed right now. Nice. It's a super pastel het DG pos head cryptic, and I paired her to my male, who is a cryptic 100% het DG 100% het ultra male. So hopefully she proves out the cryptic. If not, I mean, I could still hit, Kryptons.
Right.
But the only downfall, I guess, if you want to call it that, is since I'm working with Krypton and Cryptic, I won't be able to tell what's what, whether it's a Krypton or a full Cryptic. So that's pretty much the only downfall to that pairing. But other than that, bro, I mean, I can hit. I'll be happy if I just hit like a visual DG by itself, like without the clown or the Krypton or whatever, bro. Like I'm fine with that. And then everything is 50% het ultra mel as well. So,
Right, and you'll have to take pictures of those, send it to Austin up there, and
Yeah,
apparently he can tell one of the people that can tell the markers. So that's kind of like cool.
yeah,
Like I
yep,
don't know what
yep.
they look like, because
I have no
I
idea.
don't have a head ultramel yet. So hopefully I can see it in the ones I'm going to produce this year. From the cinnamon. Hopefully I had a sin pin or a few of them. That would be cool.
That would be nice.
Preferably, a pinstripe head ultramel and a sin pin. So I'm not, I'm not making a super stinny, which I might not know.
Exactly.
Oh, is it ultramel? I don't know.
What else?
Extremely dark snake. I don't know what that looks like, and
I don't know what. Yeah.
It's one
that actually might be all purple, damn near.
I feel like that's one of those things that people would avoid. You want to avoid a snake that's going to throw off what you're trying to work with.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
What KG was talking about, that one of the where like the cinnamon or the black bass, whatever, NG complex gene looks so much better, and you can't do the super because
the super. Yeah,
I think he was talking about it. Was it Mandarin or something like that?
Mandarin or something like that. Yeah, I remember that. And
it's like, it's one of those things that's going to be packed with genetics, but it's not going to look like it is. Like when you hit a bell, with like a hypo DG bell or something like that. It's like it's there, but it looks like a bell.
Yeah, like the mom to the girl that you won. I wasn't even 100% sure if she was a ghost because it's a super Mojave. Super Mojave hypo. So she like pure white with the gray head, just like any other super Mojave. But everything came out hypo. So she definitely. That's actually a real good point, Will. I didn't think about doing that. That's a really good point. Just test them for head clown, whatever ain't head clown is cryptic. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean,
think about that.
I think we were talking backstage about genetic testing. When is it worth it, when it's not? And actually, we actually brought up Ken and the snake that he won last week. It was a super pastel double head clown sunset.
Fire! Congratulations again, bro.
It's like
I'm angry a little bit.
Now, obviously, I couldn't win that because I won I won early on and I was done, just enjoying the funny chat.
Bro, I won like 5 times in that thing, bro.
But it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I would love to have that, but then to have to deal with, what?
Now I got to buy Sunset.
Now you got to
buy in the Sunset.
So, are you gonna get hats?
See, and that's what we were talking about. Like, do you drop the bread on a visual sunset het clown? Do you drop? Or wait, let me start over. Do you drop the bread on a double visual sunset clown? Do you drop the bread on a visual sunset het clown or a visual clown het sunset? Or do you just go double het and play the odds? Hope the odds gods bless you. Like what do you do? Chat, holla at me. What would y'all do?
Yeah.
Let me know.
I think I would, since you're already spending money, right? Either way, you're spending 4 figures.
Yeah.
So I'd go the visual sunset girl,
because it's the most money. What up, Mike? Speaking of,
what's good, Mike?
Just talking about how we saw you at Tinley, bro. What's happening?
But yeah, and then I maybe go a visual clown, right?
Visual for one, het for the other.
Yeah, maybe a clown het sunset. So you're gonna make your pastel sunsets, or 100% pause het. I think that would be the way to go.
And see what he doing. What he just said. That's what I would do if I didn't have the bread. You know what I mean? Right now, to drop on a visual, I would just put it to clown because I know I got a clown and see what happens. I'll probably hold all the girls back and just wait and see what happens. And until, or just get it tested, bro. Get them tested, or it's bro.
Yeah, I mean that was
exactly. See, that's 8K. Like, that's a lot of bread, man. I mean, granted, you're gonna get it back right away. You know what I mean? Like, you're getting it back first clutch.
2 years. I mean,
but you got to grow her up. What's it going to be worth then?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a, same
Unless
with,
you can find somebody to do like a breeding loan with, like if somebody got visual sunset, like, yo, bro, take this male, we split the clutch.
Yeah, and I know some people on the higher end stuff are doing that, where especially when there's another recessive involved. So like the sunset, like say I have ultramel, and I have sunset, and you have ultra or sunset and DG. We're gonna swap those projects.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Something like that. Yeah. But it looked like he got a plan already. So
yeah.
I mean, that's good problems to have either way it goes.
and maybe you get lucky and you just throw them to a girl, grow that clutch up, and then maybe you hit the lottery. I mean,
exactly. You could do it that way too. Or like,
I've seen people not know they had a het. They do a double het to double het pairing, and then they hit a triple visual.
Yeah, something like that. Because I mean, a double head sunset clown got to be like what, 2K probably.
It's. I mean, I assume it's up
somewhere around there. But then, like I say, you got to wait. Like you got to grow her up. So.
Yeah. Yeah, and that stuff's flying. Since
he got a good plan though.
Yeah, I agree.
He got a good plan. That's what I would do if I'm not buying visual right now. I just put it to a clown and hold back all the females, bro.
Yeah, that's like, you're holding back everything until it's not. It's definitely not 100% het. And that's one of the issues when you run into these recessive projects is that depending on what you're working with, you got to hold everything back.
Yeah, bro. Because I got this DG clutch I just made, bro. I kept like anything that I already didn't have a het of, like it was fire, inchy, and butter and pastel in the pairing. So anything that didn't have those four could go, but everything that had those four or any combination of those four was staying, bro. It's all up there in my racks right now. All this stuff staying with me. It's not going.
Yeah, like I was talking to my buddy Brad. He's like, you better get like a whole nother rack just for your ultramel stuff.
Yep. That's what I'm yep. Because I'm trying to get lace in all that, bro. Like everything I named, the game is to put lace into it. That's the end game.
Yeah, and I think Bob Vu, makes a good point. Be your best customer, and if you're working on something where you're the only one, maybe, right? So say I'm working ultramel with something that nobody else is working it with, and it turns out to be really good when I hit the visual. Yeah. Why am I selling that? Right?
Exactly.
I'm going to sit on it, make it better, drive that price
make it better,
drive that,
blow your mind every year. From here on out, I'm blowing your mind every year. You know what I mean? Right. Like that's what it's about to me. Money is good. Like granted, money is good, but I plan on eating off these rats. Like that's what's going to be the basis of my money making. You know what I mean? Like this stuff behind me, that's fun and games for me, man. That's interesting. I love seeing this artwork, and I'll sell off the byproduct. What up, sis?
Hey, Nicole. Thanks for tuning in.
And I'm selling off the byproduct. All the rest, everything, because I've been saying this, and you can look back in any of my videos or any interview that I've done. I breed to make whole bags. The rest of that stuff that I sell is just that. It's leftovers or overstock or whatever you want to call it. But I breed to fill up my racks, man.
Right. So in that, because here, let me put me so we're on the same level. So a lot of people talk about like bells that sell or, breeding just for stuff for the market. So are you doing that, or is that just your, whatever you make that you don't want, that's what you're selling?
That's what I sell. Not right now, at least. Like if the market swing back the other way, like COVID times, like if it goes back to that, then yes. Oh, please believe I'm gonna be breeding all kind of bells and pies, 100%. Right.
Yeah, and
but right now, no, it makes no sense because I'm gonna just be sitting on it.
Right. So before I saw the market sort of do the dip, I was like, oh man, I'm already pairing these snakes. Well, at least they're gonna be nicer bells.
That's the thing. Hold on to them, and then you can sell them off later as older You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Oh, they're subadults, and now you get more money either way, or at least you're getting what you would have got for hatchlings during the high times. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I mean, I have some stuff that's, at some point I'm going to get rid of this breeder champagne pastel male, just because, like I said, I want to get, the bell stuff, the
Mhm.
spider complex, spot nose complex, all on one side. So I'm never running into
Yeah,
that issue where I'm going
not
to get an all
spreading it
white
out or
snake
doubling it up.
or
Yep.
a super fatal, something like that. What's good, Chris BNS?
What up, Chris?
Got some snakes from him. Yeah, he hooked me up with this big old bumblebee spark. That's 2,400 grams.
That's what I see, and that's the thing. Like, it's not a secret because I'm not the only one to do it, but I want to get this lace into all that yellow belly stuff, bro. Spark, asphalt, gravel, all of it, man. And then just kind of do the lace highways, the lace freeways, the lace pavements. You know what I mean? Like, continue it on like that. Like, that's another one of my like long-term projects that I want to
and
get.
definitely with that complex, more so than the Enchi complex, you can sort of, you're not going to hit a black snake or an 8-ball or something like that. It's going to completely destroy whatever genetics you have in it.
Exactly.
Everything's going to be sort of complementary. And if you are smart, so you get a Puma, you get a highway, freeway, and you have a super of whatever is in there,
whatever else. Yep.
Then you know what you're producing, and it's no longer yellow belly / asphalt, right? So with this pairing that I'm doing this year is an ivory to the bumblebee spark.
Okay.
So everything's yellow belly.
Yellow belly. Yep. Exactly.
Shout out T-Keys. Everything's yellow belly. So when I hit a Puma, I know what it. There's not
no question
of what has spark in it and what.
That's why I just got a white lace instead of just a lace, because sometimes you can't see lace in combos, certain combos. So like he going to a 5 gene banana girl. There's no way I'm gonna be able to, like, if I can get 3 of those, luckily enough to get 3 or 4 of those genes with lace, I'm not gonna know. But now I am, because it's a white lace. There's no question.
Right.
I know that's lace. You know what I mean? So
I like that, and I also there's some of the like not liking the surprise or not liking not having the surprise.
The surprise, I feel you there.
Like I was telling you about the possible blade clown, possible hypo to the super Enchi albino. We know everything's going to be
everything's
everything's Enchi, double het clown, albino. So maybe there is blade. We'll see that. I assume we'll get a skinnier Enchi. And the hypo we won't know. I'll know if I prove it out. In a subsequent pairing. So it's sort of there isn't a surprise, but then there could be.
Exactly.
So you get that that extra gift. It's like, whoo, okay, it proved out to be hypo. Now that's a good project.
Yeah, because then you could just pivot right off of that and go, you could continue that pathway, or you could pivot and go in a completely different direction. That's the best thing about these snakes, man. Like you make these plans, you lay them out, you feel like you got your end goal, and then something crazy happen, or you see something that completely make you turn left and take a right, and go left down this another pathway, bro. And it's crazy.
Oh, definitely. I agree with that. Like, I started like when I came back into this, I was like, okay, this is what was cool at this point 15 years ago.
And
I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna get Enchi complex stuff, bell stuff, pies, and that stuff, and then I started watching Billy, the mutation creation. I'm like, man, I've done screwed up. But luckily, I bought a bunch of females.
Yeah. So
I can pivot easier than somebody that maybe bought a bunch of males with codoms. So it worked out that I'm going to be able to, and it works with Ultramel and works with the recessives that I'm working with. So that's nice.
That's sweet.
But I was like,
Ray, I would say it's a toss up, bro. Marshall Law, and then Scott Seavey, man. Those probably are the best 2 examples of lace that I've seen, other than JKR or whoever. So that's all my stuff comes from either one of those 2, and Matt Lee as well. Matt Lee got some nice lace stuff too. So that's most my lace stuff pretty much come from Scott CV. So big shout out to CV Exotics. Here, let me grab that dude real quick. I don't think he paired up right now. No, he's not. I'll grab that guy out.
Why do you
always fill your water bowl with coconut, bro? Every time.
Yeah, I have ones that do that too.
Here, let me take this light off. Oh, it's still bright. Hold on, let me.
That solo dolo.
There we go. There he is in all this glory. Look how black the blacks still are, man.
So, what tells you that it's lace is the bottom, right?
Yeah, if you look at it, it almost looks like lacing down there.
Right, I think
that's where it got the name from, especially like at the tail end.
I think Nikki from Mutation Station said they look like them doilies your grandma had on the end table.
Exactly. So think like yellow belly, but not as extreme.
Yeah, I mean it's something that I keep on saying this is like I want to get into, just not right now. Because I got to work with what I have. And it's like, I can't be like the Pokemon guy. Got to have them all. It's like, no, I got to work with what I have, make some better stuff, and then when I can have the opportunity to easily add, lace into Ultramel or something like that.
Yeah, there you go.
And like the next, make a lace head Ultramel, throw it to a visual, in a year, and then hit it. So that's what I'm looking
pretty
to do.
much what but I was like I slept on lace probably for 2 years, I think. My wife, shout out to my wife, she like would always point out lace to me at shows, and I'd always be like, nah, you know what I mean? Like, I'll wait, nothing big about it. But now, if I could get them 2 years back, bro, you know how far ahead I would be, man. Because I just got this dude like April or something like that in the spring, maybe. So, and I mean, this is probably one of the craziest looking lace I've ever seen, and I got him like at a discounted price as well. So
that
I jumped in it
that's
before.
Lace, right?
Just the super form, just white lace.
Okay, so that is white
and
lace.
So he even got like, it'll never show up on the camera, but he even got like a yellow belly, yellowish tint to his side gut. Shout out to Fred.
Side gut. I was hoping that Big Mike's thing was going to be called Side Gut Saturdays, but
Side Gut Saturdays. Yeah, this is the double. So I'll show you. I got a single dose pastel lace. Let me show you her. If I don't get bit, she's spicy.
Now you can get bit. Not that I would wish that on anybody, but I can make a short out of it and maybe get not that I'm into that sort of thing.
I mean, she is spicy, bro. She might strike at the camera. Look at her. Or at the screen, but here, let me see if I can. So, like, same thing. It's super dark. The blacks are very black. She kind of has the popcorning going on, but the pastel kind of
you can see the
washes it
on the alien head sort of blushing up.
Yeah,
that pastel does. So that could kind of hinder your ability to see the lace in there.
Yeah, exactly. But if you look, you can kind of see it happening right along the side gut right there before it gets to the belly. And then especially around the tail.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something that, I can see working well in a lot of things.
Oh, yeah. Because that's pastel, and it's so, I wish the camera would pick it up, but it's so bright. It's not browning out at all. A lot of blushing, a lot of flaming. I'm excited, man. I'm really excited to see what lace can do with all kind of crazy things.
Yeah, because it kind of like is, an enhancer gene too as well, right?
Yeah, it cleans things up. Like The alien heads aren't super dusty or so. I like it, man. I really dig this gene. I'm gonna continue. Thank you, thank you. I'm gonna continue trying to get the super. I'm gonna try to get as many of the supers as I can. Like that's the goal. I just want a lot of white lace females, a lot of white lace males. She probably
Excuse me.
300 grams, 250. She ain't too big. Not yet.
Yeah, I feel like in that second year, you can sort of pack on the weight. Like
Yeah, so this one, this one came from Marshall. No, this one came from Matt Lee. There you go. That's some good. There we go. You can see it there. How it like separates and floats the alien heads up, and it's all white down there. That popcorny down at the base. This one came from Matt Lee, so this is a different line of lace and everything. So this girl definitely going to the white lace when she get old enough. Unless of course I hit like, something crazy before then.
Yeah. I mean, I feel you on that.
And then I don't know 100% yet because I'm not a lace expert, but I bought this girl as a lace. Hopefully turn on the light, don't wash everything out. As a single gene lace, and I'm not 100% sure it is, but I know there's something crazy going on.
Yeah, I mean,
the
even
color
if
is
that's
off.
A normal the pattern
Color is off, the pattern is off, and then she has like the same kind of, see how everything,
absence of alien heads.
Yeah, and everything's like floated up again.
I mean, yeah, that's the cool thing about normals.
Popcorning down at the bottom.
You get that polymorphism. Sometimes you hit something.
Yeah, so we'll see. She gonna get paired to the white lace as well, and if I hit any supers, obviously,
Then you'll know.
Then I'll know. Yeah. Turn this light back off. And I think that's it, man, for the lace that I have currently. I am pairing the white lace to a banana butter inchy firefly, a yellow belly, and a clown.
Nice. Sorry, I keep on getting texts from
those three.
My high school piece. My high school team is currently wrestling or will be wrestling in the.
That's what I was thinking. Black lace. That looks more like black lace, or lace blackback or whatever they call it. Super lace blackback, whatever it is.
Yeah, I had an opportunity a while back to get one of those relatively cheap, and I just nah.
I mean, and that's another thing I would just like to make just for fun, just to make a black lace, white lace. You know what I mean? Just for fun, just to
see what
would you call? What would you even call that? Like a nothing, a zero? Would they cancel each other out? Like, what happened?
I don't know. I mean, there's certain things that you don't want to pair together because it's either redundant or it's going to cancel it out.
Each other, yeah. So a gray lace, yeah, exactly. Like, what would we call that? The mixed lace? What do we call that? The interracial lace? There we go.
Yeah, I mean, it's like making a, is it going to be like making a VPI MJ xanthic? Like, it's a double visual, but what the hell is it going to?
Yeah, exactly. Like, what would it call?
Both things
energy
do the same
lace.
thing.
Yeah.
Energy lace.
I hope, I pray I can find some genes and get to name them, man, because I got some names lined up. Oh, my God. The power lace.
Power lace.
Yeah, I like that too. Energy lace, power lace. I like that. That sounds good. But yeah, that's like my passion right now, bro. I love lace. I be trying to anytime I see lace, I look at the picture and study what's going on with it. By no means am I an expert, you know what I mean, at spotting it or anything, but I would like to be able to, have other people be like, hey, yo, Wiz, man, is this lace or what, bro? Like, I would like to be that. Eric, you funny, man. I like to be that guy, like, you know what I mean, like reliable.
Where they're gonna start getting your like everything lays from you. Yeah.
Yeah, like I
That's
want to
what I
be
want to do with Ultramel.
one of the lace guys.
Sorry, my mic keeps on moving on me. Yeah, like that's what I want to do with Ultramel.
Green
Just have
pastel.
everything be related to Ultramel.
And that's another one I like. I love Ultramel too, bro. The purples that come through in Ultramel is super crazy, man.
Yeah, what KG showed the what, DG Ultramel or whatever the hell that was last night, and it was like, oh my god.
Yep, like DGOD Ultramels, bro. Whew. My gosh.
Yeah,
Give me 5 of them.
I don't know. I heard Billy talking about it, and I was like, okay,
Trojan too. That's another one I slept on, man. Trojan, man. I just met up with Jason Abraham. Shout out to Abe's Exotic Reptile. He been in the Trojan for a minute too.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some untapped projects like that, and if you can get in and get your foot in the door with the right genes in those projects, you're gonna make like a name for yourself. You're gonna be like that guy.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the goal, I think, for everybody. Like, if you say yellow belly, you like your brain, if you in our circle or any of the circles we roll with, your brain immediately brings up Tiki's. Immediately. You know what I mean? Like, and that's because that's his jam. Like, and he wants to be known for it, and he is at this point. Like, I would like to be like, hey, yo, this boy, I mean, my name is Melecio. Like, I got lace in my name. Like, come on, man. Let's go. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, man. I feel like if you get your niche thing that you work on, that's better than, being a jack of all trades, trying to work every project, because you can have with too much.
Yeah, dude. It become overwhelming, bro.
If you can focus on, one recessive or two, everybody's gonna have clowns and pies, right? So, are you gonna bring in something different? Are you gonna work with like Ultramel? Everybody's starting to work with DG a hell of a lot heavier. So are you gonna be that guy that's bringing something like paint or puzzle or something else?
Paint is nice too,
and then hit something, right? Because if you hit, like we were talking, I don't remember if it was earlier in the show or
what's up, Holly? Thank you.
Backstage. If you hit that great animal, it's like, I'm holding that back. Now everybody wants it because I showed it off, and now they're gonna wait 3 years, 4 years, until I release it.
And see, that's the thing though, that like this DG Clown combo that I could potentially hit. Like, if I hit a DG Clown male and I hit another, let's say a DG Krypton male or another DG Clown female, even, I'm selling that male, bro. The visual DG Clown male, I'm selling it because I can make another one like this year if everything goes right, and B, I can use that money to like
get something,
massively upgrade my collection, bro, with just a couple snakes. So 2 hours.
Oh, okay. So that's the guest. That's a guest tonight on Kelpie Balls.
Oh, that's funny. I love. Shout out to the ladies of the night, man. I love that show too. Doing good, Holly. Thank you.
Andrew's
hopefully
definitely
everything good.
Yeah. I don't know. Had you all been here earlier, but this is going to be more relaxed, and we're just going to talk about stuff, see what's in the chat, talk about that, talk about our projects. Not really that formal of an interview.
Yeah, man. I'm hanging out with one of my guys, man. That's all.
So while we have I sort of forced a break here. So while we have that, I'm going to go share my screen again.
Yeah.
And give you guys maybe a deal if you want it, for those that are in the chat right now. All right. So here is my Morph Market page. It's up. Holy crap, right? So here's the champagne pet pied that's going to Ozak. Here's the pastel possible het pied that's going to morbid. But I do have a champagne pastel. It's technically a double het pied lavender. So if anybody in the chat is interested in this snake, I'm going to do half. I'm going to eat half of the shipping on it. So
Nice.
if you message in your inquiry, Wisconstrictors, that way I know you watch this, I will give you that deal. So if anybody that's interested, message me when you inquire for the snake, Wisconstrictors, and I will cut you a deal.
Yeah, that was a beautiful clutch too, bro.
Oh, I can't believe I hit so many freaking champagnes. I didn't hit a normal.
That was a beautiful clutch,
man. Yeah, I was stupid excited, and then like having to rewatch myself cutting those eggs. It was like,
bro, and like the funniest thing is, like, everybody lived through you for that little bit of time. Like, we all lived through you because I was not excited. Everybody, but everyone like that's been there, bro. That first clutch, you could never get that back, man.
And when that female proved out to be het for pied, like when I saw that snake, I was super.
Yeah, bro, you can't beat it, man. Nothing like that, man.
Nothing but yeah, this male is ready to go. So like I said, message me on my Morph Market. You can just search me. My store is up, so you type in craft, I'll pop up. And just when you inquire, type in Wisconstrictors. You watch me on my live, and I'll cut off half of the shipping.
Heck yeah.
Or 10%, whatever, whatever deal I can make.
Heck yeah.
All right,
that's awesome.
And now we're back. Sorry.
Awesome.
And now I gotta read.
I don't know. I don't know enough about Lori or Het Red yet.
Yeah, I mean, is that in the Enchi complex?
Lori, Het Red. I can't think of all the other ones, but all of them are all in that complex. I don't know enough about it.
Yeah, I mean, I that's why I said I was not sticking with the lines on the ghost stuff or the hypo stuff, just because I'm mixing them all together. But when it comes to like lesser and butter or core glow, banana, hurricane blitz trick, go with what the hell it was named when you bought it. Stick with that one.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't go with the higher priced one. It may be the same. If the price point's similar, then that's fine. But if if you have an ultra male, don't call it a monarch right now. We don't know.
Yeah, man, it's so confusing, bro. Lesser butter and banana and coral glow and just
even with some of the
unless there's a major difference, like you show me a black pastel and then a Barnhart black pastel, there's a difference. Right. Like that, and Barnhart deserves to have his name attached to that line of black pastel, bro, because that's crazy. I don't know about Lori is Barcheck found it right around the same time. I think that Het Red was being pushed as well. So
yeah, and a lot of times if it came from an import, it was like one went to Europe, one went here, and you prove stuff out, and you call it something. So that's what we're dealing with. And I think genetic testing will sort of level everything. So we're going to know these are the same.
True.
Genetically speaking. So there's no, I might bring the price down on one thing and bump the price up on another thing. What's up, Aaron?
The newest, the top 3 genes, Basine, Clown, and Pi. Ultramel. Monarch. No. Ultramel. Monsoon. And DG probably. Ultramel, Monsoon, DG would be I would say was the top 3.
Yeah, I mean, I think Ultramel, I mean, for me, obviously, hashtag Team Ultramel, like, somebody could be talking about it at 3 a.m. I'm going to wake up and be in the chat.
Lavender albino too. Shoot.
Yeah, lavender could be in there. If we're just
special. Yeah.
Talking recessives, Ultramel DG / enhancer.
Bosa, speaking of.
Right. And Monsoon. And just because I want to see where it goes, but like for a Kodam, right now I've seen a lot of stuff with special. Especially last night if you watch Hair Down.
Yeah.
There was a lot of special stuff where it was like, okay, I can see what it's doing. Nice. But I think what Will was referring to last night, one of the special guests on Hair Down Fridays was Chris Eaton, and somehow they got talking about fishing, and he was talking about pooping off the side of a boat or not pooping off the side of a boat. I don't know. It was for I had to go back and watch it, but like for like an hour, it was quite comical of what was going on.
Yeah, it was pretty funny, man. It was nice to see him on there more in like a more relaxed setting, not having to like ask questions and do interviews. And stuff.
And I mean, it was nice seeing like that who he is, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like that, when we do the shout out the sponsor, he was like, eh.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, like, yeah, it was nice to see him in a different setting that we're all used to.
I agree, man.
I gotta make Holly a moderator. There we go. Don't miss anybody else. Like I said earlier, this is pretty laid back. Why do we think Candy doesn't get any love?
Candy is
tired of albino
because Justin Kabelka pushed Lavender as hard as he did when Dreamsicles became popular. That's it, and that's all. Because a couple Fridays ago, maybe last Friday, they were doing the whole Lavender versus albino versus Candy, and Candy blew everything else out of the water, bro. Like massively out of the water. Like it wasn't even close.
I mean, I think with like Candy, the Candinos, Toffee, like it's so hard to tell. When you produce something from that, what one you got. So you have to breed it again down the line. But I've seen what like Ozzy's doing, like Candino pies and things like that. And it's like, I mean, yeah, it's Ozzy Boys, but like some of the stuff he's doing, putting the time into that project, it's like, wow. I miss will say.
Yeah, I think that Candy is just completely underrated because Candy and Toffee is the same. But I think that the purples in Candy are a richer purple, and it ages much better than lavender does. Much better. Will, that's almost blasphemy now.
Well, I do think there's a difference. It all depends what you like. I mean, I love that Ultramel orange and purple. What is it? Burgundy albino, I think, is what they call the other line of Ultramel. Dr. Hannah explained how it works. There's a couple combinations of the allelic thing for Ultramel, where you have the Ultramel and the, I guess, Burgundy albino.
Yeah.
Not the caramel albino.
No, not caramel.
Different.
I think Burgundy is like the UK.
Yeah, it might just be a different,
like a line. Yeah, originated there. Versus Ultramel. I think that's the only difference. But I've seen some pictures of Burgundy albino where it's like more like a monarch kind of darker color. Yeah, it is truly more burgundy. So
I'm just wondering if because there would be, I guess 3 iterations of that. If it's coming across on I guess 3. Maybe Monarch is in there. I want to see if somebody made a Ultramel Monarch, or prove that they are not related.
I don't know, but I know people are working on it. That I know.
So that's something I want to see. it's one of those things where if you prove it's different, then that's great, right?
Yeah,
But if they're similar, now it's like, well, Monarch's going to drop.
exactly. Burgundy albino equals ultra male. Okay.
Yeah, that's
So
what I
that's what I
thought.
thought. That's what I thought. But yeah, I like it. Like it looked whatever. I guess it might just be a different line because it's everything that I've seen is more of a kind of in between ultra male and monarch, kind of like a darker, like a richer color, like purpley.
And I got to do some double takes when I see some banana combos.
Facts.
It's
Facts.
like, is that? Oh no, it's banana with
Yep.
cinnamon and a couple other things in there that remove the spots.
Yep. I agree.
So Vern, are you saying it caramel as well? So then Burgundy and Ultramel would be like the lines that don't have the issues that caramel does.
That could be it too.
Okay.
Because I've been seeing a lot of what is it called? Web. I've been seeing a lot of web recently, and it looks like similar to spider, but I guess there's no wobble associated with that gene at all. It's not exactly like spider. It don't reduce as much or anything like that, but it's very similar to spider, especially when you put like stuff in that same kind, like spot nose, stuff like that with it. You could definitely like see like a spiderish kind of thing to it. So I'm kind of paying attention to that gene as well.
Will says that's
boat. Yeah, boat. I'm sorry.
Web.
Thank you.
That's one of the like. Did he just hit a bunch of spider? Like, I want to see the Super Bowl, or whatever you want to call it.
I've been paying attention to it. And I laugh and joke like everybody else when somebody show a spider. They're like, "No, this ain't a spider. It's a boat." But like, I be paying attention just to see what's gonna come of that. You know what I mean? Because it looks a lot like spider, but it's kind of different. Like the lines are thicker. In most places, to me, it looks a little bit different, but it could like 905s. It could just be straight up polymorphism. Like it could just be branching.
Like what we have, we were talking earlier with that normal, that you think that you bought as lace or lace that looks like a normal.
Yeah.
What's going on? So that could either be polymorphism. I mean, no normal looks the same, right? No snake.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, each pattern is a fingerprint. So you want to breed it, find out.
Yep.
I say Baffo, breed it and find out. Because I have a normal that I think looks pretty cool, but if it produces nothing, like itself, then it's just a cool looking normal.
That's the fun with like dinkers and putting certain genes together that you don't know what the outcome is going to be. Like to me, that's what attracted me to all this in the first place. Like being able to like make this art without having to learn how to paint and or draw. I'm here for it. Please let me do that.
Yeah, and like the surprise sometimes that you get.
Bro, like, some of the stuff I see is crazy. Like that pin pay, insane. Anything that Billy show on Wednesday, insane. Like crazy, man. Crazy. Yeah, Marshall Mendez got some heat.
Yeah, he does. So
is Spider. He's known for renaming genes and selling them for market. Oh, okay. Perfect. Shout out to Will. Appreciate you, homie.
Yeah. I mean, we all know Will watches as much of this stuff as Kike does.
Yeah, for sure.
But I do think,
you could tell that's a student of, of this. Like he seemed like he just out here soaking up whatever knowledge he could find and like passing it on. So I appreciate you.
So have you worked with like Spider Champagne, like the original, like Hidden Gene Woma, like that stuff?
Nope.
So from what
I was so scared when I got into it. Everyone was telling me not to do it, bro. It was like I came in right when all the spider hate was going on.
Right.
I barely got into spot nose. If it wasn't for like the spot nose yellow belly clown, I would never have even had a spot nose in my collection. But I came in when like there was literally like YouTube was full of like spider hate videos, bro. So I was like spooked. Champagne, anything with a wobble or anything that like I just got cinnamon like last year. Anything that the super skin
does tell you it has a wobble.
Yeah, see, it's all that stuff scared me so bad when I first got into it that I never even added. I got a lace. I got a lesser spider down here, but he just a pet. Like I won't breed him or nothing.
So with this is just anecdotally for me, my experience and what I've heard from other people is that when you have ones that aren't like don't wobble themselves to death, they eat and they breed.
Yeah, like
So
change.
so in my clutch of 5 eggs, I had 4 champagnes or combinations thereof.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm thinking that from a biological standpoint, these animals know
Would not survive.
that there's an issue, right?
Yep.
They know it, so they're spreading that mutation to sort of extend their genetic mark in the community or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, I just like was thinking about that because somebody
And if there wasn't,
straight blast posted something. It brought
I
me
don't
back
know
to
if it like
my thing in my video on Spider because I've been thinking about it. And see, why is this one freaking different than why over like Spot Nose, Wookie, Chocolate, Bongo, whatever's over here? Why can we all have supers there, but the original Spider, Hidden Woma, Champagne, you can't.
Yeah, and that it might be that too. It might just need to be deviated and off until that whatever mutation caused that is mutated out, and then
because
a
the
random mutation.
only thing that I believe links the two is Spot Nose. So I wish somebody would actually look into it from a like scholarly standpoint, actually take a sample of all the spider combos
Like
and find out what actually is going on. But that's a little nerdy.
Champagne clowns and champagne Angie, champagne leopard, them things are amazing, bro. Like, and I missed out on a lot of that kind of stuff because I was so fearful of getting into champagne spider. Like I said, I just got into Spot Nose. I just got into cinnamon. I'd be looking at like sable and a lot of these super dark genes, but the supers are potentially have issues, and like I was really scared and turned off at first, but once I got into the hobby and I've seen successful clutches, I've seen people make super cinnies. I've looked at super sables on Morph Market and stuff like that. No wobble, no issues, like stuff like that is let me know that all that was just like fear mongering, man, at the time, and reaching out for views because it was a popular thing. So if you had spider in your video,
I got a bunch of video. I got a bunch of views on my video I did.
Exactly.
I was just talking about it. I showed off, my spider that has a wobble. My champagne male has a wobble, but nothing I produced has a wobble.
Exactly, and it's like it can go either way, bro. It's random. Look at the draw. So
but that can happen with anything we're breeding, anything, any offspring from anything. You can have a genetic issue, right? I might know I have some weird DNA thing where my kid's going to be born without ears or something like that.
That's true. Because one of the clutch mates to the snake you won, I was born with one eye.
Yeah. One eye
just
Willie?
Nothing there. Yeah, just one eye Willie, bro. So she'll be staying here forever. Like, I'll never get rid of that snake. Ever.
And then like with I think it's Emilio talks on this because he doesn't want to do that pairing in bells. I think it's butter Mojave. Mm-hmm. It can have like one eye bigger than the other.
One eye bigger than the other. Yep. Or I think super lessers can have big bug eyes too, or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, there's just something. I mean, not that that's a terrible.
And I mean, it's people can have defects too. I mean, like I don't know. It's not that big a deal, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I think,
and that's the thing. Like, to each his own. Like, if you like what you like, why is that? Like, that don't affect me. I'm gonna let you like what you like, bro. Like, I'm gonna let you. I just read that comment. That's what I'm laughing at now. Like, I'm gonna let you do what you do. Like, I'm not worried about what you're doing. It doesn't affect me negatively. Then do your thing, man. If you like what you like, I can't mess with it.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. I'm not built like that.
Yeah, and I mean, like, for me, like, I am working with spider and champagne, and if a snake has an issue, I'm never ever going to sell it to you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
If I know it has an issue, if it has a severe wobble, but it's eating in like,
doing everything else,
good,
I'm gonna be like, yo,
then somebody can
crazy wobble. Can you handle it?
If it's gonna require help, it's never leaving. And yeah, I mean, AJ, I
Max
agree. Like,
FNA, bro. Spider Orange Dream, bro. The only thing that's better than Spider Orange Dream as a 2-gene non-recessive combo is to me GHI Mojave. Like there's nothing else that can compare to a Spider Orange Dream
like
except for maybe like a Spider Calico.
I saw some Hidden Gene Woma stuff last night.
Hidden Gene 1 was flame.
Like
Especially in clown.
Like what some of those older, the original Spider Complex stuff does is just like wow. Like look what Champagne does on its own.
A Hidden Gene Woma like pin clown. I bet you that's insane, bro. Like stuff like that is sick. Spider Calico is crazy. Spider Orange Dream is crazy.
Or Yellow Belly. I mean, you're gonna get, a snake with just pattern on the dorsal and like flush up side.
Man, it's crazy, bro. All that white get pushed up on the side. When you look at it from the top, it look like one thing. When you look at it from the side, it look like something else. Underneath is completely white. That's crazy, man.
No, Ken, you can't, unfortunately.
Cypress Blackhead Wookie, yeah.
But I'm sure you can find something else that would.
That's another one that I just got into. Blackhead. Like I just got into Blackhead. I got a hatchling Blackhead over here. Spiciest thing in the rack, but she is beautiful. Super black. And I just slept on it, man. I was like leopard, GHI, and I wasn't trying to hear nothing else.
Right. I mean, but both of those genes do a lot. I mean, even like there's two types of leopard too. You got the
I got both,
and then like the stripy one that could be like
I got both. Yeah, that's what I didn't do, so I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna do that next year. I got a yellow belly pie female. I'm growing up, so I put the leopard to her and see if he actually proved. I'll show you him real quick. I'll show you both.
Hey, Melecio, can you show off some steaks? The dog is at the door. I tried to avoid this, but she's,
Yeah, go ahead. I'll show off the comparison between these two.
All right, cool. I'll put you on solo and mute myself, and I'll be back because I can't ever do a live without the dog having to go pee.
Poop on, bro. Nice, too nasty. All right, so to me, these are the two different types of leopard. This guy right here going in the shed also, but like you look at the pattern on this one, it's more stretched out, more pulled, a bit more wacky and crazy. Whereas this one is more of what you think of when you look at a leopard. Pretty standard, like alien heads, pretty standard everything. It's just like a lot darker and kind of like a greenish color, I guess. Kind of like a greenish color. And then this one, this guy right here is crazy. A lot crazier pattern, a lot more stretched out. But I never try to prove them off for het pie. So, especially right here, like along that tail area, like the alien heads get pulled and stretched back there. So, to me, there's two completely different lines. Just got it right on my face. And like I said, this one going in the shed so he don't look his absolute best. This one I bought. This one I actually produced. And then they both got the same, like, the head stamp kind of looks like a candle flame. They both got the same head stamp. But to me, they're completely different. Like, way different. So, yeah, I got
Oh, we had an issue. Did we lose him? Okay, he's back.
And then this girl is another one that I produced. And she is from that crazy looking boy. And as you can see, her pattern is a lot busier. And it's stretched out at the tail again. And she even has like some striping on the neck pattern. Oops, other side. So I held her back because it was paired to Clown. So I just held her back because she's super bright. So yeah, I think those are two separate lines of leopard for sure. They just look completely different, man.
Like, yeah. I got
especially in person.
This one.
Kaiju, my man.
But let me show off the snake. This one's from Chris. Yeah. So this one's a spot-nosed leopard.
Yeah, see, he paired up right now. Otherwise, I'll show mine.
But you can see where it sort of looks a little bit, it got more of a dorsal stripe going on. And I think, sometimes this line of leopard comes with pied. And, I got it from Chris at BNS, and he never paired anything pied to it that he knows of. So everything.
Yeah, that one look a lot stripier too.
But I mean, like for a ringer with a snake that wasn't supposed to be het for pied.
Yeah, and that's why I think a lot of that stripy kind of line is going to end up proving out het for pied.
Yeah,
or otherwise it's some kind of crazy monsoon type thing going on.
And I think AJ and I were talking about that. I mean, he's not paired up, but this one is kind of hard to tell because he's super pastel. But this is, I believe, to be the other line of leopard. Yes, she is. She's eating like a champ. But yeah, this is my super pastel leopard butter.
I think super pastel and leopard is nice, man.
Yeah, I mean, but like, look at what it does, right? So, just to go on that and what leopard can do, because I'm the guy with all the pastel in my freaking collection.
And you know what? Keep that, because I got something that looked crazy similar, but there's no pastel in it.
And then, like, here's just a regular super pastel. So you can see, butter's only going to influence like the side, but that leopard just makes this pattern all crazy.
Like that's let me see that again.
Just the regular super.
Yeah. My bad. I'm sorry.
So yeah, there's nothing. This couldn't be anything else other than a super pastel. Big D says, "Oh, that looks kind of DG." It can't be. My camera's crazy blurry. That stinks. What's up, Glenn? Yeah, it's unfortunate. Yeah. But can you see me still good?
Yeah, now I can see it. Yeah.
All right. So I guess for some reason
it is a very nice line of pastel.
Yeah, right. And we were talking about lines before. So you get that nice line and you can really work with it.
That is a nice line. So that one super pastel leopard kind of looked like this. Leopard butter fire. Kind of reminds me of that. But again, like it's not het for pie, but like everything is super pulled together and stretched out in the back. And like a solid dorsal, man.
So it's doing it when I go solo. Okay. Thank you for that.
Like a solid dorsal. And then it got like hieroglyphs along the side. It's getting lighter and lighter and lighter as time goes by because of the fire. So Definitely gonna keep this girl and see what happens. I end up putting it to clown, I'm sure, or DG maybe.
Don't mind me making noise. I realized I didn't have any hand sanitizer.
Oh yeah, you good? No worries. So yeah, that's one of like leopard, and I think anything in the bell complex really complements each other too, man.
Yeah. Yeah. So since I've been having issues when I've gone solo, I have another example of super pastel.
What up, man?
Hopefully the camera does it justice when I do this. But this is the other hypo I have. So it's super pastel Enchi butter ghost, and you can see you saw the pattern on how busy it was on the super pastel, just by itself.
Is that a female?
Yeah, and then you see what Enchi just brings it all back together.
I like Enchi, man.
Yeah. So I'm hoping,
I really like Enchi.
To hit, like super Enchi out of this, and try to. Wish my camera wasn't so blurry. Damn.
It is slightly blurry down there.
We'll have to work
That's
on
why
that.
I keep looking over here at my phone.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see it on my end. So hold on.
Yeah, I like Enchi, bro. I got a super Enchi GHI female that I have been pairing with just the Orange Dream. Like, that's it. I just want to make that. I just want them 3 genes together. Enchi, OD, GHI. And then after that, I'll pair it to something crazy. But yeah, I think it's StreamYard because it was weird yesterday too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like I just watched.
I couldn't get on.
I'm not seeing it.
Couldn't get on the live. It was being crazy, man.
Because like I'm on wired internet and I switched webcams and yeah, I'm not.
Yo, I was looking at that webcam. Chrissy even put on that little post. That's a nice cam, man. That microphone I don't really care for. If I do spend money, it'll be like a Rode, but
yeah,
that camera was nice.
Yeah, so I will
appreciate you, Will. I try, man. I shave.
I'll put me small since apparently everybody can see Melecio fine. So
I'm trying to think. Oh, here probably one of my best. I think she going in the shed too. One of my best creations of this year. Yeah, she going in the shed. Hypo clown girl.
Nice.
Out of 4 eggs, bro, I made 3 hypo clowns.
That's awesome. I'm hoping I hit that this year.
But like it was a split clutch. And me being a nice guy, I gave the homeboy Danny the 2 females, kept this girl and the 66%. Look how crazy that pattern is, too.
Yeah, I like it.
Super busy, everything all stretched out, nice solid dorsal. I like it.
Yeah, man, I like hypo. Definitely.
And I got a hypo out of that combo too.
Yeah, I mean, I think hypo just works with so many. Like, there's nothing it doesn't work with, in my opinion.
Agree, bro.
So we're bringing up stuff, backstage. You can actually do you set up for a pre-record, and you don't have to post it on YouTube. So you just invite people and just shoot the shit backstage. Oh, that was Restream.
Yeah, hypo is crazy, man. The oranges and the colors that hypo makes is insane, bro.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm very happy that like I sort of back-ended into hypo.
Yeah, the girl you getting from me, bro, is crazy nice.
I got the visual I showed off earlier, just because I had a clown het hypo. And I wanted to, make sure I had that, 100%. So if my pause het hypos all prove out, that's going to be awesome.
She's so spicy, but this girl's so nice, bro.
I mean, look at that. Woo.
How the alien heads are floating. You can see she eating very well. Nice and round. Solid
she's
little
spicy. That
head.
means she eats.
Yeah, she's definitely feisty. She got these like weird towers coming up the side too. Like up on the side gut. I like that. So she'll be there as soon as the weather breaks, you know.
Yeah. That's the fun part about living in the Northeast and
Yeah.
upper Midwest.
Wisconsin.
It's like it's 0.
Heck yeah. So yeah, man, she'll be going to you soon. Until then, she'll be eating good.
Yeah, I mean, I like you said, if you like around Tinley, that's probably when the weather's going to be decent enough, and just send it to the hub.
Yeah.
Let me see if this helps me out at all. I don't know, maybe it's a lighting thing where I look weird. Okay, so we
Black Magic, Het Hypo, Clown. Wow. And see, I got the female. So the pairing on that Hypo Clown was double het to double het, bro. Or no, I take that back. It was a double het female to a Hypo Het Clown male. Everything in the clutch was hypo. And it was 3 clowns, 1 hypo. The only thing that was, or the 3 clowns was girls, and the male was the hypo. 66%. So it was great odds on that clutch, bro. It was like I said, it was only 4 eggs. 5 at first, 1 went bad.
Yeah, I mean that's good gender odds too. I thought I got more lucky than I did. I thought I had a 1.4, but I wound up being a 2.3 in my clutch. But like I said earlier, that Champagne threw his genes everywhere.
Yeah.
And the only thing I was gonna say, the only thing
crazy part. The next time you pair him, you might only get 1. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
yeah. But what was weird is the only genetics I saw from the mom was that het pied. That was the only thing, because everything else was either champagne pastel, or pastel.
Yeah. And you didn't hit normals either.
Yeah.
That's crazy too. I forgot about that. You didn't get any normals.
Yeah. And it's like I forgot when I was cutting the eggs, I'm like, I was expecting nothing to write home about with that clutch.
It's pretty good odds.
And if I'm not testing him, but if the champagne pastel is actually het for lab, and that passed through, Morbid's getting a steal if that is could be a double het. Drinkable. So it's
heck yeah.
I was lucky this year. I'm probably not going to be as lucky because that's how.
And I mean, you never know, because the thing is, it like when people count these odds, that's over like the long run. You know what I'm saying? It's not per clutch. Like the 66% or your 1 in 4 odds or your 25% chance ain't on every clutch. Like it's per 100 clutches, basically.
Yeah.
So it always evens itself out, I think.
Yeah, I think Steven from Leviathan actually talks about it well, because it's like odds per egg, and
I'm pretty sure the odds per egg is way different than like the overall. Like if you were to
the way he talks about
calculate the clutch odds. So
we talk about like the clutch odds, but it's actually like per egg. Like he talks about it in a way that's like a higher level, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. So we're
who was that? Steven, you said?
Yeah, Steven from Leviathan.
I
think it was on a live. I'll have to think about it if I remember where the hell I saw it. But it was like you're looking at these, you're 1 in 258, whatever the hell that number is. 1
in 258 or whatnot.
You're like 12% chance or whatever. But that's per egg that you could hit that. It's not just the entire clutch.
It's not the clutch. Yeah, exactly. So, like, it's weird. Like, the odds aren't as laid out as you think they are. Like it's
Right.
always, and then like that's just odds. Like sometimes you like odds don't go the way. Like people win a lot of money, or people win basketball games or hockey games or whatever just on odds. Like so, you can't count your chickens before they hatch. But
Right.
that's the anticipation. Like that's the addict. You know what I mean? That's the
Right.
addiction of it. Like, can I get it this time? Is it gonna be this egg? Is it gonna be these? Like, and like there's no high like cutting eggs, and there's no low like when there's no more eggs to cut and you got to turn that incubator off, bro. That's like so sad.
Yeah. I'm like, for me, like last year, obviously I was excited as hell, because that was I didn't expect to have that.
Yeah,
I thought that girl was a male. I bought
yeah,
her
yeah,
as a
yeah.
male. And I was talking to Jeremy Turgeon and a couple other people. And he's like, you know what? Just throw in your male that's ready. If you think this is a girl, throw them in.
I'll take it
Yeah.
making noise.
And, locked up and, got my first clutch, a year earlier. And this year we're hoping for like 7. I mean, if I get 3 or 4, I'll be happy. But it's like, now's like the year where I'm actually doing, or at least,
Yeah, yeah,
the plan stuff is happening.
yeah.
So, I mean, that's exciting for me. If
And
I
see,
hit everything,
I got the potential to do like double digit clutches this year, but I'm not even pairing. I'm not pairing anything that was paired last year except the girl that the mom to the snake that you won. I'm pairing that to the DG so I can get some double hat hypo DGs. But everything else was what was paired the previous year. So hopefully I can keep going where I skip.
every other year.
Yeah, and then that way, I can keep my clutches up at 6, 8, 10 eggs, and I'm not burning out these females. They got more than enough time to get up to weight and get bigger than they were last year. So hopefully it pay out, and that way I don't overwhelm myself, with too many clutches per year and that kind of thing. Because I'm breeding rats, and I'm gonna tell you, anybody who breed rats, they know hatchling season will decimate your whole rat population from the ground up, bro.
I'm dealing with that.
No
with
pups
that,
to feed off, bro. Then you got no pups to grow up, and then you got no smalls. Now you got no mediums to feed to your girls. Now there's a ladder effect to it too. So you got to be careful. Like I messed up almost. I had to supplement. Luckily, we got a person that's pretty close, but I had to supplement earlier when I first started the season, man, because I was like feeding off too many pups, man, and I ain't have nothing to grow up. So now I know to add additional females during this time of year, and that way I can,
So
without
for me, I
the
have
ripple effect.
a 1.3, 1.3s, and a 1.4 right now, and they are. I'm lucky that I'm inundated. So if you're local to me and you need smalls or mediums, message
and that's
me.
a blessing, bro.
I'll make you a good deal on frozen because I'm producing so much right now. But for hatchlings, it kind of stinks because you have that finite window.
Yep.
Yep.
So and see, that's where I'm at now. Now everything that I got, like even the girl that I just showed, everything I got is that size or bigger. So they all on like weaned-ish size pups. Like it's not pups, they like bigger, they can crawl around and their eyes are open.
They're almost at the point where you're gonna pull them out to grow them up.
Yeah, they're like almost weaned. Like so luckily everything I got right now is on those. So I can get rid of a few more things. Like I got a whole bunch of het pie stuff, OD het pie stuff. Like I got 3 males. I'm gonna probably have to do a giveaway or something because I got 3 OD males, 100% het pied, and a couple females, 100% het pied that I don't need because I got the mom. So I'm gonna probably do a giveaway for like some 1.1s or something like that. Yeah, man. I appreciate you, Kaiju, man. I do my thing with these rats, man. I be trying to get it down to where
and you got it faster than I did.
Yeah, I gave him. I put him ahead of the game. Though. I gave him a couple. I think I gave him a female that was ready to drop, and I think she dropped like the next day or 2 days later or something like that. So
yeah, I think
he was ready to go.
remember I had
I
that
had to
shoe
put
edit issue, and I traded, like, I think I gave Chris from BNS like 2 colonies or something like that, and
yeah,
I got
yeah.
some from him. But yeah, I mean,
And
it's
I get
beautiful.
I put a lot of work into them rats too, man. Like it's like probably 3 days a week I'm out there, and then 3-4 days a week I'm in here, spot cleaning or changing waters or whatever the case. Looking at the snakes, just pulling everybody out. Um, so I make sure everything is cool, man. My wife be getting mad sometimes because I'll be like, shoom, 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 shoom. You know what I mean? Like from snake room to rat room. Oh, today I got to deep clean. Today I got to do this. Today I got to do that. So
Yeah,
uh,
I mean, it's definitely a lot of work.
it's a lot of work, man. Especially like I got neighbors, bro, and like they really don't even know I got like so many rats outside because it's clean and like what I mean. Like it don't smell like the zoo out there because I be in. You know what I mean? I be out there. I don't want them to. I don't want nobody to be complaining and all that. So it's
Oh
pretty
yeah, I mean,
tough, man. I be having to work. I spend pretty good amount of money on cleaning supplies and rat bedding and all that kind of stuff. So, but
yeah.
it'll all pay off in the end, man.
For like, I'm getting my bedding from Tractor Supply. Have you noticed
Yeah,
like a $2 price
yeah.
increase?
Everything went up. Yep,
Like
I
it
was
went
paying
up.
less than $5. Now it's like 6 something.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yep,
it went up a lot. Kalmbach for the 50-pound bag, it didn't go up
yep.
a lot.
For us, it went
So
up a little bit. Yeah, it went up a little bit.
it was under 20 or under 30, and now I think it's like 33 or something like that. It's
Yeah,
still not terrible for how I order or how I have to.
my
Um,
wife good. She be like, we probably got 20 boxes of Kalmbach out in the garage right now. So I'm just like, anytime she see them like drop a couple dollars, she'll order like 6, 8 of them or whatever, and have Chewy deliver them right away. So, all right,
well,
you
you
guys
gotta you
supposed to
gotta
learn
combine them
if
all
there's so
together.
many
They're
opinions. You just
they're
got to,
down.
yeah, man. Once you
What works for you?
find out what you do, you gotta once you find out what works, you gotta keep doing that.
Yeah. And to Will's point, yeah. The downside about the Kent rodent food, you can go watch my video on it on my rodent food review, is that the pellets are huge, and my rats didn't
For
like
what?
Kent.
Oh
There's a
yeah, I
Kent
tried
rat
Kent.
food.
It was not nice.
It's so
Not
big, and
nice.
I at one point I had Missouri, Kalmbach, and Kent all in the trough, and I had to leave the Kent for them to eat
Listen,
it.
so I don't remember. It was maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. We were having a discussion on somebody's live stream about, you were in there too. It was like Missouri versus Kalmbach. So I went and bought a bag of Missouri, and I split each of the the little troughs that each rat get. I put Missouri on this half, Kalmbach on this half. I did this in every trough. Came back the next day, bro. No Missouri was touched. Not one. They were like, everything, all the Kalmbach were going, and they were just like looking at the top of the thing, like, bro, put some more of that in there, bro. Like, we don't want this Missouri, man. Like, it's still Missouri out there in a couple of them because they just refuse to touch it, bro.
Yeah.
They won't touch it. So whatever Kalmbach got in it is much better, in my opinion. And you can see chunks of green beans. I see carrots. I see pieces of corn in there. I see these pieces of food, whereas Missouri looks so ground up. It's like dust. And then, you supplement them, of
dust.
course.
In my experience, Missouri is like that much of the bag is dust. Kalmbach's
It's not a lot. It's like probably a quarter of the bag, or an eighth of the bag versus a quarter of the bag with Missouri. And I used to take the Missouri dust, mix it with like Cheerios and peanut butter, dude, a little bit of honey,
and make them
roll it
like
into these little balls. Yeah, dude, and freeze it real quick. And you just drop 1 or 2 of them in each tub, and then, man, rats would go crazy, especially the babies, because sometimes they can't get up to the food readily,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've noticed.
They go nuts, man.
I've seen some of the, not quite ready to be pulled ones. Eating the stuff that has fallen through.
Yeah.
So back to Will's thing, homemade feed best.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you sent me his recipe too.
We all supplement,
I'm pretty
different things in there, not just the the rodent feeder.
Oh
stuff.
yeah, they got all kind of mealworms for my ASFs and
Black
all this extra
sunflower,
protein,
things like that.
Yeah.
And for you, what do I get Kalmbach for? I think it's like $33 for 50 pounds. And I buy 2 bags, so it gets shipped.
You can keep rats on Aspen. I didn't know that. I thought pine was the only thing. Because if I could keep it on Aspen, I would much rather do Aspen shavings than pine shaving. 100%. Yeah, Kalmbach from Chewy. That's where I go. Like 6, 7, 8 boxes. The UPS driver hate coming to my house, bro, because he always be out
last
there
weekend he
lugging
delivered
them. And sometimes if I'm here, I run out and help him. Like, bro, let me help you.
150 rather, because I got dog food too, and that guy hated me.
Yeah, I get my dog food too.
Yep. Well, I had the free.
Yeah, I give him lettuce. I give him, I got a baby, so they get a lot of half-eaten strawberries and half-eaten, Cheerios and half-eaten cereal bars, and they get all this extra stuff, fruits, vegetables, whatever the kids don't eat. They get all that on top of like the black sunflower seeds, the mealworms. I buy whatever mixed bird seed that has like big chunks of peanuts, and I buy that sometimes and throw that in there too. So they do good, man. They live very well. They got Timothy hay and all that stuff in there in the wintertime just to make sure they get some extra bedding, and they chew on it and eat the little tufts on the end, and I guess that's good fiber for them. So
I forget who it was that I saw, but they had like either alfalfa or some sort of grass.
Yeah, Timothy hay or alfalfa hay. Yep.
Yeah. So they're using that as the bedding for the rodents, and it's also a food source.
Yep.
So I mean, that's like a lot better than your
you did send me that recipe
or whatever. So here's that.
Yeah,
I guess
you sent me that recipe before.
Yeah, I think I've definitely seen it before,
and it's super cheap too. Like super cheap. I did the math. It's very cheap.
Yeah, one of the issues
crazy. I bet because whatever you give your rats, it goes to the snakes eventually down the line. So the better they eat, to me, it's all just helping out my rat or my snakes in the end of the day, man. So I put a little crushed cob bedding. I seen people doing that too. Crushed cob bedding. I seen people doing that with rats, or not rats, but like guinea pigs.
Yeah, same.
I've seen people doing that, and I guess like they say the same thing. Like if they want to nibble on it, they can nibble on it. It keeps the teeth from growing too long. You don't got to worry about chew outs because they always got something to chew on. I've seen people use just straight pine pellets too. I mean, that probably works great, but I feel like that's super expensive.
Yeah, and a couple of people around me use Salt Fresh. So what they use in like horse stables.
Oh yeah, I use Sweet PDZ for sure.
So I don't do that. My collection's so small. Both
you don't got to.
And rats, I can just change out the bedding.
Yeah,
I do it twice a week.
So I do every like 6-7 days. Yeah. So I go with a layer of just like a thin layer of the Sweet PDZ, because all that is it's a ammonia. It changes the ammonia to something else, so it doesn't smell like ammonia. Put a thin layer of that down. I put a thin layer of the pine pellets down, a nice cushy layer of pine bedding, and then I'll take a handful of the hay and throw it in the bag. And that's about it, bro.
Yeah.
They do whatever they want with it. You know what I mean? I go out there an hour or two later, and it's all everybody made a whole little nest of their own in there. So they like it, man. The babies get all under it and they dig. You see them popping their heads out through it, and it's pretty cool. They enjoy it.
Like every time I'm cleaning, I find a straggler pink or pup, just like, you're in the trash bag.
I do that too. I kind of strain. I've learned to strain. Anytime I see pinkies, I kind of strain the bedding as it goes into the garbage bag nowadays.
Yeah, and what I do as well, if it's like fresh, like I still blood and things like that, I scoop up everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I put it in. I have a Lowe's bucket.
Yeah.
So I put the bedding in there with the the adult rats.
Yep.
And whatever else is going in there. Because in my experience, if it's 100% clean, I
Yeah.
clean everything. I get rid of all the scent. Sometimes the mama rats, or they don't realize that it's their kids.
Yeah. That's happened to me before too.
And in my experience, I remember. I don't know if you remember this, but like when I first got into the rats, I had my first litter. I was so excited, and then like the next day, they're all gone.
Yep. And that's the thing. They sensitive too, bro. I mean, they're tough, but they're sensitive. Like if something wrong, every you might as well cancel that whole tub or whatever.
Yeah, you put the dog in there, or the vacuum cleaner goes off at the wrong time.
Yeah. Yep.
They're gonna prolong their own lives over, their kids.
And that's ASFs are different too, because they just kind of freeze. Like I have ASFs that like get out and I'll open the door, make a bunch of noise, and they just on the ground like this. I'll just walk right over to them, pick them up. How'd you get out? And put them back in the tub. Like, where'd you even come from, bro? But yeah, I use pine, man.
Yeah, I use pine as well. So speaking of like, where did you come from? I was cleaning. I spot cleaned everything today. I pulled out the blue-eyed Lucy, and there was a dubia roach in there.
Yeah, see, exactly.
Now they can't get out, so that means at some point when I was cleaning or whatever,
somebody got out.
Somebody got out, and then somehow managed to get in there. I mean, at least I guess that I could say it was bioactive.
Yeah. That's another thing. Like I wish we could do more of a bioactive kind of setup in these rack systems, but you got to change the bedding so frequently, man. Like that is not worth it to me. But it would be, man, imagine how cool that'd be if you could have a nice colony of, isopods and springtails in there living with your ball python. And
so I think dope. You like, if you want to do it the right way, and I've seen this at like zoos or like reptile rooms at zoos, right?
Yeah.
So you get a big enclosure, right? You fill, like, say you have a 55 gallon, right? You fill it halfway up with like soil, and you dig a burrow, right? So you can even have the little window where you can see your ball python. This is probably the most naturalistic thing you could do, right? So they have this little burrow, and you could probably do a bioactive enclosure in there. But then, you're gonna have so much.
I mean, you still got spot clean,
right. But I mean, you have that naturalistic enclosure that you can have isopods and whatever the hell else would be there, but it's gonna take up so much space.
Yeah, exactly.
I was thinking about doing that, but.
And I feel like it'd be healthier for as far as like any potential parasites, or if mites try to get in there, or
you got something's gonna eat them.
Even those little gnats or anything like that. I feel like anything that goes in there, would be like, this is the wrong place. Like there's other, like, let me get out of here. So
yeah. Thanks, Glenn.
I wish I could like do bad. I mean, they happy. All my snakes happy, obviously. Yeah. They eating very well. Like if I feed them every other day, they would probably eat.
They're in a burrow, right?
Yeah, in a hole.
Exactly. You have a hide in the tub, so
they definitely let me know, like, oh, not today, bro. Like, don't be picking me up today. So I put it back and close the drawer up. Like, okay, I won't bother you today. I just wanted to pick up the poop that's back there.
Yeah, but you decided to be all feisty and
man, bro, it's like they don't understand. Like, I just want to change your poop and get the poop out of there. That's all.
Yeah,
whatever.
So my champagne pastel is ornery right now because he's not breeding and he wants to. So he's just like,
I got that cryptic
head right now. And we tried earlier, and I've got a couple teeth marks on me, and I'm like, now, you know what? We're just gonna spray you down and hope you.
Yeah, the cryptic I got right now in the same boat because he's done. Like I said, I think the girl going into her pre-ovulation shit right now, so he's done. And he think every time I pull him out, bro, he think it's time to go, and I'm like, no, you got to go back in your cage. And I promise he be hissing and puffing up and being all stiff so he can't go. Like, bro, yeah. What up, Gershon?
YouTube Yoda.
What up, man?
Well, I've noticed that with my with that male, he is vocal. Like he'll
hissing and the whole nine, man.
Yeah, no other snake really that I've experienced has done that. It sounds like a lizard, right? So I mean that was interesting, and he's always been.
I got does that too, man. The soup, I got like I said, I put the Desert Ghost in with the hypo, and he was angry today too yesterday until I put him in her cage, and he was like, "Oh, okay," slithered right on in there, like,
Yeah.
bro.
Oh, that's
Stop
what
it.
we're doing today. And
Yeah,
like you've all seen my things with this boa, and I wanted to do a short with him, and
yeah,
nothing. Like I could not get him out. I mean, I could, but I didn't want to because I don't want to have that bad experience with him. If he's striking me at me, I don't want to take him out. If
yeah,
he lets
yeah,
me take him out, then we can have an interaction. If he
yeah.
decides he's
Exactly.
going to be a dick, he's going to stay in there and
That's how I treat my retake too. Like some days he'd be like, "Nah, bro," like he'll give me a couple of those, and I'm like, "All right, I guess not." But some days, like he'll give me one, and then he'll turn around like, "Oh, okay," and then he'll like slither right on, right on out. So, what up, Brandon?
Hey, Brandon.
Speaking of rats, man, that's the main reason I'm trying to up the production right there, man. GP, I want to be able to supply that dude.
Yeah.
Shout out to Gershon.
Yeah, I got Justin from Pipeline wanting me to up my dubia production because he's got them big ass dinosaurs that he's getting.
Yep. Like if I could, because I mean, if I could get like GP and Abe, I'll be straight. And Pat a little bit here and there because he working on his too. But whoever, and then randoms, here and there. Since because Gershon and Madison, it's like 2 hours, hour and a half away. I could meet some people along the way and blah blah blah. Like, so I plan on getting this the ARS rack in March at Tinley. I plan on leaving with that.
Just that.
So yeah, that's it. I ain't buying no animals. So at the latest, it'll be then. But I mean, I've been working on my production like crazy.
Yeah. And I'm getting I believe my buddy Brad is getting he's gonna get a trailer that he's gonna put a rodent shed on, so it's not a shed.
That's smart.
So he's going to do a built-in kind of like if you ever seen Chris from BNS's rat shed, something like that,
yeah,
along the walls. So he's gonna do that. So I'm gonna get his current setup.
That's sweet.
And that'll allow me to do ASFs and keep up production from when I expand again.
They're kind of set up like that too. But and see that's the thing because the wooden racks are nice and everything, like, and replacing the cement tubs are inexpensive if you need to and all that kind of stuff. What up, Rock? Appreciate you, homie.
Hey, Rock, thanks for tuning in.
But the space that you save with a professional rack and the time and energy that it takes to clean and replace everything, bro, is a make it no question for me. Like, it's worth the 3,400, 3,500 or whatever.
There's limited ability to chew out. And
there's no the tubs are made so they can't get, like, they can't put their teeth on anything, bro. The water nozzles are made to where they can't get above and get to anything other than metal.
And I remember
the trough is great. Like, it's perfect, bro.
Yeah, when I was
Freedom breeders are great too. I just don't got the money for
when I was dealing with the chew outs. Pat was like, "Why don't you use the Freedom breeder or ARS tubs?" I was like, "I didn't think of that. I just sort of had the money and had the rats in the aquariums, and I went to just go build the rat rack."
Gershon said they can chew out Freedom breeder tubs.
Well, now we know.
That's why, and that's another reason. Shout out to ARS. Because I don't know if they can get, because ARS, the corners, like, I got 2 PVC racks out there right now that are ARS with the ARS tubs. They the TGR racks, if you remember TGR rat racks. Anytime I get a chewer in a cement tub, I put them in that rack, and that kills it, bro. I've never had a chew out of that.
Yeah, I haven't had anything since that initial when it happened, and they went.
So they can't chew out. No, I don't think they can, because the way the angles are. I think the angles are too.
Yeah. So
angles are too round.
That's what I've heard, Gershon. That out of those, the way those.
Yeah. See, FNA said he hasn't have any. So, like, the angles of the corners are so round that they don't need it.
That hurt. So I went to. So my dog's playing right now, and she had a toy in her mouth, and I went to grab it, and I got teeth.
Got the tooth? Yeah, it happens to me all the time.
Yeah, that didn't feel
all
good.
the time.
Sorry
at work,
about
bro.
that.
Nah, you good. That happens all the time at my job, man. For those that don't know, I'm a vet tech assistant, or AKA a kennel B, if you want to say that, a kennel, like KENNEL, B word. For those that don't know, that just means I pretty much clean up after animals, and I do like holds and stuff like that when the vet's like drawing blood or whatever. So a lot of times they want to get like blood from like the jugular vein. So you gotta like hold the dog up here. And like some dogs just have crazy canines, man. So I'll like go like this and I'll slip and hit one of them canines, like without even getting bit. I got bit. Like that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've got more scars from this dog just being a dog than like any monitor or lizard I've had.
The worst scars that I got on my hands come from chicken wire, bro, and them homemade racks. Oh my God. Before I realized that I have to cut it so the smooth side is towards me, man, bro, I reach in there sometimes and just scrape all the stuff. Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
I learned that the hard way too.
that hurts so bad, bro.
But luckily,
But
I had it built in a way that I could go clip more off, so I don't have to.
yeah,
It's not flush anymore.
that's what I did. I went back and clipped it all the way, like halfway through the 2x2.
Yeah,
I just clipped that,
definitely.
or 1x1. I just clipped it right there.
But yeah, we have we're hitting that almost 2 hour mark.
Oh
And
shoot!
I want to say thank you to everybody.
Yeah,
And
man, appreciate y'all.
yeah, man. So
This was nice.
yeah, check out my morph market. I got a snake for sale. If you mention Wisconstrictors in your inquiry, you're going to get a deal on it. It's a male champagne pastel. I believe it's 130 some odd grams right now. So go ahead and do that. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up. I'm sure we could keep on talking.
Yeah, for sure.
Forever. And we haven't even talked about how his Eagles did better than my Cowboys. That's
we ain't gonna get into
that. Yeah.
Let's go, Eagles.
So
we still got one more to go, man. I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, or my Eagles before they hatch. So
yeah, I might have to go down to Pat's or Geno's, depending on which one you prefer.
Geo, baby.
You take Wiz.
Geno's, you know it.
But yeah, I mean, I enjoy these where it's more relaxed and we're just talking, bouncing.
Yeah, I like this, bro.
Like that.
This is a nice.
Like I didn't even ask you. Oh, what's your favorite recessive? That's
yeah, exactly.
Like whatever we talked about it. You heard that. Favorite codon is going to be Lace. So
easy,
definitely. So we're hitting that 6 o'clock mark. So when you're done here, go grab a bite to eat. Go check out. I gotta make sure I get his name right. John from Elite Exotics. He's going to be over there on Glenn at 419 Morphs channel. Go check out Brandon from Nixon Reptiles. I believe he's on Gerald at Forward Motion Reptiles channel. And then when you're done with that, you can go check out Angie and Holly at Celtic Balls on Celtic Ball channel. And
always a good time.
Geez, there's a lot of shows today. And then, of course, the one I'm looking forward to is Saturday night sit down with Big Mike. From 21st Century Reptiles with his co-hosts FNA Balls, Ledka, and Gage from Clown Scientist.
Good looking, Brandon. I forgot about that. Y'all go vote for your boy on Chip's channel. Regis Fair Pythons, man. I think it's Pythons.
Yeah.
Go vote, man, for your boy, man. I'm way down behind. So any of y'all who ain't vote, go over there, do that thing real quick. And I appreciate it, man. Appreciate all y'all for coming through too.
Yeah, definitely. We had almost like 20 some odd strong throughout the whole night, and that's awesome.
Was dope, man. This was dope. Super laid back and chill. So I appreciate that. That's my speed.
Yeah, and it's nice for me not having to ask too many questions, and I can go take my dog out, and you're going to show off snakes. And
exactly.
But once again, thank you, everybody. Thank you for putting up, if you were here the whole time with my US ARC stuff and me showing off my morph market. But yeah, we will see you. I will see you next week. You can probably check out Melecio on, you're going to be on Hair Down, or, you'll see him.
Yeah, Definitely be on Hair Down or somewhere. You'll see me, man. If I ain't on nobody's screen, I'm definitely in the chats. So
Yeah, definitely. So before I go, you got to check out the rest of the usual suspects. There is a link tree, which I should start putting in the description of the videos, that has all of our lives and whatnot's going on through the week. If you're here, you probably are familiar with all of our shows, and we'll see you on Balls and Things on Wednesday. We'll see you on Gershon's Under 1,000 Pod. Everything like that.
yep.
Oh, and before I
Mike
forget,
Herb Collectors.
tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you gotta wake and bake with snakes. All right.
Let's go.
Maybe
Hey, that's always a good time too, man. It go on, so make sure you got some food, snacks. Yeah, I mean all the munchies because they get it on.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely. But again, thank you everybody for tuning in. If you're new, please like, comment, share, subscribe.
Yeah, man. Show Kent some love.
And I believe next week my guest is Justin from Stone Age. I haven't gotten that locked down yet. If not, I'll do a panel show or find somebody. So we'll see. But anyway, go check out all those former podcasts that I mentioned, and I'll see you in the chats.